All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of the Uber Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. We have a special guest here who's drinking a special drink. Say hello.
Hello.
Homeschooling Mama is here, sitting by the fire with our New Year's video. We're going to be talking tonight about the halfway point. We made it halfway with our exchange student. But before I get too far ahead, what are we smoking? What are we drinking? I'm smoking a Leaf by Oscar Valdez. I grabbed a Maduro one. That was a complete accident. I was hoping the Leaf would have been Maduro to let me know, but it's still the Connecticut Leaf that they wrapped it in, but it's Maduro wrapper. So it is a strong cigar. Kind of fun. Closing out the season here, we have Rogue Santa. It is a stout with, unfortunately, I didn't read this in the store, but chocolate and tangerine flavoring. Hopefully it's more orange and less tangerine, but this stuff happens. And I'm not sure if this glass will actually hold.
I was going to say, I think this happens more when you're buying it for the name and not the...
Well, I have a hunch this one was actually more of a, on sale than it was oh, I'm going to buy...
That's more beer than cup.
Oh, I ran out of cup. We'll give it a try here. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. It actually reminds me a lot of those orange smash things. Here, roll the dice. Come on. Take it before it oxidizes.
I mean, I can taste the tangerine, but I don't get the orange.
Well, tangerine,
Chocolate thing you're
orange,
talking
citrus.
about.
There's chocolate in there.
I don't get
There's
that.
chocolate. Yeah. Oh well. What are you drinking tonight, homeschooling mama?
Sparkling water. Look at how pretty it sparkles.
Looks a little blue. Put-
Yes, this one is blue.
Did you put blueberry in that one?
I put some blueberry syrup. Not very much.
And you can't see it in the camera, but I have a new toy. I got a new light and gimbal system and tripod. The tripod sucks really bad.
It's not that bad. I think you just have to get used to it.
I might have to get used to it, but I can now remote control turn off my light. My light is external battery powered, so no more, hopefully, the light dying in the middle unless it sucks through battery, but I have a external system. I can do crazy lights. If I want to do some disco lights going on.
Okay, that's cool, but
Ooh, spooky red. All right, we'll go back. Even the white, it has, the bright white, tamer white, the yellow I like to use to shoot.
Where was this when I was working for VIP?
You're working for VIP? I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what's also nice is you can really tone it down,
oh my gosh,
Or
that
you
would have
can-
saved my eyes so many
right?
times.
You can make it that obnoxious bright
come
white that
on.
I'm toning it down. The aperture on my camera was like, what are you doing here on my phone? I do have a new phone. It's not, I'm not using it right now, but it's one of them there fancy iPhones. What, the 12 we
I
got?
think you got an 11.
We got an 11. You got a 12. I got an
No, we
11.
both got an 11.
So I'm not sure if I'm going to dedicate this phone just to being my camera setup, or if I'm going to start using the 11 because it's got the better camera. Time will tell. Might be nice to have a dedicated phone because the camera's still pretty good on this one, especially for what I'm using it for. But it might be nice to have a dedicated camera phone to shoot these with, so I can shoot longer videos and stuff. But anyhow, I digress. So 5 months of the 10-month program. Here and gone. What are your thoughts, Mark?
It's gone quickly most of the time. I think we're definitely doing a lot of stuff that we don't normally do to ensure that he has that experience and that opportunity. But I also think there's stuff that we normally do that we're kind of not doing as much. I've noticed that family game night has kind of dwindled down in the last. Now, it was dwindling down before he came, so I don't know that it is because he's here as much
Well,
as we're just so busy.
to be fair though, we don't usually do family game nights in the summer.
True.
Because usually we're going and playing outside, and it's the sun doesn't set till 9 or 10.
But now you have that cool cornhole one, so we could do a game night outside.
We could do
This
some
cool.
game nights outside, do some more outside activities. We usually do that during the day. We play catch, we play badminton, we play tag, we can now do cornholing. I didn't mention it all, but it must have been a good year at the state because we got cornhole sets sent to some of the divisions. So I was one who got the game. It's fun, good times. The whole pack up and go set. It's really nice.
It's a very nice set. Much more practical than the last couple of things they've sent.
There's been some interesting ones in the past, that's for sure.
I definitely like this theme better. Plus, it's probably a good idea for the state anyway, because it's more get out and move
Get out and
rather than
play.
stay inside.
Yep.
So I think that's a good choice.
I'll agree with that.
Back to our exchange.
Back to our exchange student.
I mean, I think the 5 months has gone quickly, and I think it's gone really well. There's been a few hiccups, although comparatively to some of the
Mhm.
other families that we've spoken with, not really as many as others. And I don't know if that's our student, if he's just that awesome, which I think he's a
pretty
really
awesome,
good
yeah.
fit for our family, or if it's just the way other people approach things.
We are definitely more strict than a lot of the other host families we found out.
But not as strict as others.
I think we're one of the strictest.
Well, I would argue that two of them were more strict than we were.
Yeah, they
That
don't
was-
have exchange students anymore.
Yeah, the exchange students requested switches. So I would say that maybe we're not the most strict. But I also think that we approach things a little differently than we did.
Yeah.
But it's different too because you're comparing apples and oranges when you're talking about having a host exchange son versus a host exchange daughter.
Well, and I can't blame some of these host families because I think they're more, yeah, okay, go ahead and do it because they want them to have the experience.
And we do too.
We do, but we're more of, we've taken this approach of we want them to be more integrated into the family. This is what we'll do as a family. We won't let our own kids go to co-ed sleepovers, so that rule should apply universally.
But there are times when there's things that we don't generally let our own kids do that we allow him to do because, one, some of them are specialty events just for exchange students, but others are things that they're kind of the quintessential American high school experience, and there's things that our kids just don't have interest in or don't do, and we don't push them to do some of that stuff that they're not interested in.
True enough. I definitely think the 5 months has taken 5 months.
It's taken 5 minutes.
But to be fair, I'm the one who's doing a lot of the running around and transporting and.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely feel like this has not flown by. It has definitely been 5 months.
Well, I didn't say it's flown by. I just say it's been 5 months. It doesn't feel like it's been dragging for sure.
It's not dragging for me, but it's definitely been
5 for sure.
for a full 5 months.
And for the most part, you're the one waking up in the morning and making breakfast for him. And
Which is a trip. That's something that I've had to get used to. Usually when I woke up early for work, I never made breakfast. It was just a shower and out the door. But now I have cold water and I'm cooking breakfast.
okay,
so.
that is a bit of an issue. Our exchange student loves his showers 1 to 5 times a day. Really, it's definitely twice a day. Once in the morning and once in the evening.
Mhm.
And they're not quick showers. It's not like a 10 to 15 minute shower. You're talking 30, 45 minutes easily most days. Both times. And if he has practice, you can compound that and usually expect a third shower. So, I mean, that has been difficult because there's 9 of us,
Mhm.
and so it's kind of a challenge to, okay, who gets hot water when?
Yeah. Well, and the hot water heater can really only support maybe 2 showers in a row and maybe 2 at once, but that's a stretch.
Yeah. Well, and you can't have the water cranked all the way to hot.
Yeah.
So that has been a bit of a challenge. But, you know, letting other people take showers first, like having the kids get in the shower first, just kind of curtailed some of that. We don't have a dishwasher, so it's not like we can run that when he gets in to kind of...
It's just horrible to say that. I can't believe you said that on a recording that's going to be posted.
Well, because I would rather take a passive approach to, like, indicating that you can't, like, to cut back on the length of your shower. I would rather take a passive approach, like, hey, the hot water's running out on you. And I think he gets it now because we haven't. When he first got here, I think we were like, let him take a shower, let him take a shower. And so we were kind of giving him, like, primary usage, or he would get to go first. And now I think it's like, no, whoever jumps in the shower is getting the hot water and getting to go first. So I think he's kind of caught on that, like, they've been taking cold showers. Like, all of us have gotten chilled or cooler showers for the last few months. And so that has been an adjustment. Still with the time, with the whole, like, no, we have to go. Like, it's time to go get in the car. It's time to leave. That's been a bit, like, I wouldn't say it's a challenge or that it's upsetting. It's just kind of different.
It's a shift from what we're used to. I mean, we're very much a get up and go. If we're going, it's get in the car and go. It's not how's your hair doing, what am I gonna wear, I gotta get dressed, gotta take a shower. It's nope, we're in the car.
Yeah. So, but, you know, I don't think it's gone poorly. Like, I think overall it's gone very well. It is different because I think for us, he's really not here that much because with school most of the time he's gone from 7:10 in the morning, 7:15, and he gets home at 3:30 if he rides the bus home, but most of the time he has practice or something. So you're talking he doesn't get home until 5. Kids go to bed at 10-ish, 9 to 10. So, like, he's really not here that long.
We still have only had the one dust up between him and Vashman.
Yeah.
So that was nice. I thought that might have been, I thought there would be more trouble by now.
They seem to be doing fine together.
Yeah.
But I think they're both very hands-off people.
Yeah.
Like, very chill, very whatever.
Yep, I got my space, you got yours.
Yeah. So, like, I think that, I don't know, I'm sure there might be another one. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next few months we have one more. But, I mean, I think they're both pretty relaxed about everything, so. And again, they both have ample space and time alone. So I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah. I do wonder if that's one of the reasons our exchange students a little more willing to go stay at friends' houses, especially friends who only have, like, a brother or an only child.
Maybe, but at the same time, and I've noticed this a few times at family dinners and stuff, when there are, 8 of us having a conversation, it's very difficult for him to...
Oh, I'm definitely think it's more there's so many and so much.
Yeah, there's so many people who are all talking, we don't talk at the same time, but we're, like, responding to each other, and it's not really a rapid conversation, but a conversation where it's one person and another person and back and forth, and there's sometimes 4 to 6 or 8 of us in the conversation at a time, and I think that gets to be a bit challenging. I think that gets hard for him to follow. Whereas when he goes to his friends, it's him and his friend.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 people, so it's a little bit less, I imagine, intimidating or hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
So, but Christmas went well. I think he got some gifts that he really enjoyed and appreciated.
There were quite a few was unexpected. He was not expecting to get something like that, so that was good.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving went well.
Mm-hmm.
He survived the Christmas Eve dinner barely. Definitely, I guess Brazilian culture is not big into sweet treats and super sweet foods, and
Which is funny because a lot of the stuff he's mentioned is super sweet or very sweet treat. But even their sweet treats are mild compared to American sweet treats.
Yep.
They're tasty,
Mm-hmm.
but they're mild. And I suppose in his country they use a lot more raw ingredients, like fresh ingredients, rather than prepackaged. And I think that is a big difference. We use so many preservatives and so many flavorings and so many that our foods just taste weird to him.
Yeah. So coming up here, what are some of our plans for the next 5 months?
I think I do want to go to the island.
Oh, Mac.
Yeah,
Mackinac
before
Island.
he leaves. I think even if we do it like in May, at the end of May, and take him to the island
Mm-hmm.
at the end of May, I think it'd be a great experience.
We should talk to his teachers and just tell him, listen, he's gonna miss the last
Right, the last few
weeks of school.
Yeah.
Whether you want him to or not, this is just gonna be something you need to wrap your head around.
Well, I think going to the island would be fun. And I don't know. That's definitely one I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think he'd have a really good time on the island.
Yep, I agree.
I think we definitely take the whole day on the island if we take him, because he's a little bit slower with, like, he wants to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
And since this is like the only time he'll be here, that's understandable.
Oh yeah, definitely
So,
understandable.
But definitely want to do that.
I mean, I definitely want to take him up to Winter Carnival.
Yeah, that's kind of in the plan with their basketball
Yeah.
game anyway. So
In the works already.
yeah, that's in the works. And that would be in February, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to go anywhere far away in January, but
Well, I wish the Ebony Caves would
we,
stabilize, but they're
it
not
doesn't even
doing
look
so
like
good.
winter. So
Yeah. We got a lot of heat this year. It actually rained. It was 50 degrees like 2 days ago.
yeah, it's insane. So I don't know about, like, oddly enough, like the one thing that you can do here we can't do.
Yeah, right.
Like we can't do a lot of the winter stuff. We can't take him sledding because there's no snow. We can't go skiing because there's no snow. We could go. I think going ice skating, trying to get on the go ice skating because it's an indoor arena, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So maybe try to get ice skating. I have not been on ice skates in 17, 18 years easily.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
It's probably been closer to 20 years, but I think I went once in college.
Mhm.
I'm not good. I've never been good on ice skates, so yeah.
It'll be fun to see if I can remember how.
Oh God, I need buckets. I've always needed buckets, so I don't even know if there's a point. I should probably just sit on the side and watch. But so ice skating, I think that would definitely be in. I don't think we've taken the kids ice skating. I think we've taken them
We've done once or
twice.
twice. We took the kids, but they kind of.
But it's like
Yeah,
it's scary the first time out. And like you have to be willing to fall.
Yeah,
Like,
you
you have
have
to
to
accept
be.
that you're gonna land and it's not gonna feel good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's
Which-
gonna suck.
Oddly enough, we went when I think our two oldest were about our youngest's age now,
Mhm.
and they did not want to fall. But I think our two youngest would probably rock it
Oh, they'd kick ass.
because they don't care.
Yeah, they definitely kick ass at it.
So anyway, in the middle, and Fairy Dancer is so. I think she actually might do pretty
She
well.
would probably do okay. We
because
definitely
she's
have to go at one of those times when there's not like
tons.
they have the not an open skate but a beginner skate times usually where.
I think they just have open skate there. But I mean, we could call ahead and see, like. But anyway, I think that's something we should try to do.
I mean, I definitely want to try sledding and skiing.
If
We
we
can
get
pull
more
it
snow,
off.
yeah. And then, yeah. I think going to Fayette would be fun, but I don't know if he'd enjoy it as much as we do.
Didn't we go to? Oh, no, we didn't. They got canceled. That's right.
That got canceled. We did go to
Went to
Michilimackinac.
Michilimackinac. He did have fun there.
I think he had a
enjoyed
lot
it.
of fun there. And it was nice on Michilimackinac because we kind of let the older kids kind of go together.
Mhm.
Um,
No, that was very early on in this process.
yep,
I want to say that was like the first weekend.
September. Yeah, it was the first week. So, but Mackinac Island is so like you don't like even in the United States, there's not another place like that.
Yeah.
So I definitely think we should get him there, but I mean, ideally, it would be nice to take a longer trip and go out of the state, but I don't know if we're gonna wanna do that,
Yeah, it's getting trickier and trickier.
so. But regardless, it has gone pretty well for the last 5 months. I don't think we've had any huge issues.
The last month has been a little. There's been one or two issues coming in, so some of them are behavioral. We had a couple of like, well, why can't I stay with these girls? Which that's a teenage boy thing. I get that. I understand that. But yeah, nothing. I mean, I've said it before in these videos, and I'll say it again. You know, we have one of the best exchange students in the whole program, in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure this might be a one and done. Maybe a semester student next time, or maybe if we find another very perfect match for our family.
Yeah. I like the idea of a semester student. I actually enjoy having him here, but it is hard.
Yeah.
And honestly, in another 4 to 5 years, it would be a lot easier. Not because, just logistically. Right now it's hard because if we try to go somewhere, then we have to take 2 cars. If we have to we're shuttling people from one place to another place to another place. We're going back and forth, and that is hard. And it's complex, and we're constantly either, having to who gets to go where or who's driving here, and I feel a little bad that he kind of needs to find his own ride sometimes, but at the same time, we also give his buddies rides.
Give his buddies right. Well, and that's something just a U.S. teenager has to do, like find your own ride.
Yeah.
You know.
So
I remember after wrecking my truck, that's what it was. That's until I was able to afford to buy a new vehicle. Like, nope. If I wanted to do something, I had to find a ride. I had to.
Yeah, and I do think that that's a little bit of it. Like he just that has made it complex. Like honestly, if we didn't constantly have to take 2 cars everywhere, I don't think it would be as challenging.
No.
Because it's like, okay, and some of it is sports, like we're going in 2 different directions all the time. Between one, his practices and the other 3 kids, or, as the case may be some days, 5 kids' practices.
Yep.
And that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remind myself that the season isn't very long. Especially theirs. Their season is going to end before the blink here.
Yep.
But it's a process. So.
Oh, very much. I mean, it's good thing we're good with logistics.
I was gonna say, I think it's more the logistics of transportation than it is anything else.
Yeah.
That is making it hard. But I will say, I'm glad that.
Well, and it is tricky because he's in public school sports and we're in homeschool sports, so it's almost like we're in 2 different schools.
Well, we are, essentially.
And it would be a lot easier if our kids went to public school, because if there was 5 of them or 3 of them or whoever playing basketball, they would all be the same practices, same day.
Yeah.
But where now it is, there's been already once or twice where it's like, okay, well, you have a game, we have a game. Like, all right, well, we got to logistically figure this one out. And luckily, thankfully we're in the UP where people are more than willing to help out and be accommodating and give rides. But as you kind of pointed out, for as many rides as we've asked for, we've been asked probably just as much, if not
If not more.
But again, I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, I think overall I think it's gone well. Would I do it again? Maybe. Not right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, not until we don't need another car to take people places. I think that has gotten to me, like the constant need. If I go with all 7 kids, we can fit everybody in one car. But for us to go as an entire family, we just can't do it in one car. Not because we don't want to, but simply because there's not enough seatbelts. And that's frustrating. Like that makes it like, okay, I don't even feel like going because I don't want to take 2 cars everywhere. Although I have to admit, in the summer when the roads aren't as bad, it was not terrible taking 2 cars because there were benefits to like, okay, these 2 aren't getting along in the back seat. Can we separate them?
The 2 youngest, like on one of our trips, I just took them. And I took them a little earlier actually because they're getting to be a bit much. So.
Well, they were tired, and so they came home a little faster. Now I did hit a deer,
You
but
did smoke a deer.
But I mean, it worked out pretty nicely because then they got to get home earlier, so they got to go to bed earlier, and everybody else got to spend, longer, which if we hadn't taken 2 cars, we couldn't have done.
No.
So, I mean, there are benefits to it. I just don't like it in the winter and in gross weather. Like, I don't like it. But
which, thankfully, the gross weather has been minimal.
It's been minimal. But that there are some benefits to taking 2 cars. Though.
Mhm.
I will admit that there were times when I'm like, oh, it's kind of nice not to have, quite such a full car.
Yeah.
But.
Yep. Yes. No. I'm definitely not one next year. 100%. Don't care if it's a semester or whatnot. But we kind of run into it. It will be another 2 to 3 years because we have Vashman and potentially Swedish Compass. We're going to be graduating, and I really don't think it'd be fair unless they were like totally on board. This is what they want to have this their senior
Well,
year.
if they requested it, hey, I want an exchange student this year, whether it's their senior year or not, then I might feel different. I mean, I think all of them are enjoying having him here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, none of them complain about him. They'll make jokes like, oh, but most of the time, like even that, like they enjoy having him here. They don't feel like he's an interloper. Like they don't seem to feel like uncomfortable or threatened or feel like he's in the way or feel like he doesn't do his part. They get a little annoyed by the showers, but even that I think is a lesson since they're like, yeah, we're just not waiting.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But okay. Well, any other lasting thoughts or last minute concluders or anything else you want to talk about with the halfway point?
I don't think so. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to the next few months and spring coming back around.
Spring coming around, it'd be nice to have the countdown going. So 5 months left to go. We got some stuff to cram in there. I'm glad to know we don't have tons and tons that we need or wanted to cram in there. But
well, and I think that's a ask the kids and ask him. Like ask them, what are things that like are quintessential? Like we have to do this before, because then we should be spending the next 5 months making that happen.
And per season, we've been doing. I mean, he got to butcher a deer. He's got to hit a deer in the car twice.
No, he was with me.
Oh, that's right, he was. It was Vashman
And then
who
you
was
hit
with
one.
me. So, he's done the very Youper things. I showed him how to skid out on the ice, which he got a kick out of that, doing the Youper drift.
Yeah.
I suppose we better go to Houghton and also show him the
I'm
Houghton
not.
left.
I will not drive in Houghton though, so I don't know how we're gonna get up there.
Right. Well, alrighty then. Well, I guess we'll kind of leave it here. We got our plans going forward, kind of looking back on the last 5 months and looking forward on the next. So, anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe out there. We'll see you on the next one.